Thanks a lot, CMM. You will be missed.
So, Splash Damage is removing casual matchmaking, aka CMM, and ranked from Dirty Bomb. Excuse me? So, CMM was released in the Javelin update, which was August 22nd, 2017, and it was part of the whole GamesCon patch with the release of Javelin, merc pricing changes, etc. It was the most hyped feature because it finally allowed parties the option for you to be able to group up with your friends on the same team, and before it even came out, it was the most requested feature. This GamesCon patch was where the game actually peaked up at 5k players, and it was pretty advertised out on gaming websites and reviewed that this feature has finally been released. Now they are removing one of the 4 features that they advertised the heck out of. So what is going on? Alright, so here's the problem with CMM according to SC. There were long queue times and you have to manually re-queue after each match. Isn't that why they introduced the auto re-queue a few patches back, but instead of fixing that feature, they're scrapping it? And also you could easily alt-tab and do other things, and you know when a match is found because it makes a sound effect and it's blinking. The fact that this was the introduction of the party system, which was one of the most requested features in the game before it's released, allowed us to team up with friends. It was a way to introduce people and friends who have never played Dirty Bomb before and know that they will always be on the same team as you. Also, the fact that CMM only existed in the NA and EU West region, it seemed fine because of the player base in those regions, but apparently not. It's not fun if you're a new player to Dirty Bomb and your friend who has been playing the game and introduced it to you is on the enemy team. This also applies to when a group of friends are looking for a new free-to-play game to play and they expect a party system so that they can play together. Also, when CMM was introduced, I was under the impression that SD was turning half of the objective mode servers into CMM, and then keeping server browser for the chaotic fun, but instead they took out all the objective mode servers and used them all for CMM. This devastated me at first, but I continued using CMM and playing it because I like playing objective mode. With the option of rentable servers, I was willing to rent an objective mode server for server browser, and there's no point in that anymore, since SD is going to put back the objective mode servers for the quick join feature, and the point of rentable servers now is just for the revival of execution. Because quick join puts you into a server browser match anyways, looking through server browser for a match is still going to be the best option. Also, with the removal of CMM, your level will no longer be hidden unless they add the hide level option, so the good old stacking and imbalanced because of level argument will come into play. This essentially is going to be worse because of how they are changing the level system. Another thing that is going to be removed because of CMM is the detailed post-match screen alongside the recent matches tab. Since SD is going back to their old system pre-CMM, I hope they find a way to incorporate the stats from CMM into server browser matches, because really, I look at damages, accuracy, and revised in the post-match screen. So here's my proposal for the party system, which was why CMM was created. A long time ago I had an idea about how possibly we can have a party system like Call of Duty's, where you can party up with your friends and it just ensures you're all on the same team every match, and the party leader would be the one to find the match to join. Because after informing friends about this party system removal, they said they were going to uninstall, and I don't blame them. Recently I had so much fun playing with my party of 5. We were on a very long winning streak, and it's going to be missed, and it's going to be difficult for me to get them back together, play Dirty Bomb again if we can't all be on the same team. To summarize, here's a list of pros and cons for CMM. Pro: party with up to 5 other people. Con: stacked teams. Pro: map selection. If you don't like a map, tick it off and you will never play it. Con: can't swap sides, choose attacker or defender. Pro: hidden levels. Con: can't spectate hackers if they are on the enemy team. Pro: post-match screen. Con: can't choose server location, US West, Central, East, or EU West London or Amsterdam. Pro: recent match stats to look back on. Con: only existed in NA and EU West. Moving on to the removal of ranked now. So SD are removing ranked. The reasoning I see for this is the ranked player base, and basically friendly fire on stopwatches won't be happening unless rentable server options allow it, if it is released. Currently, there are only 2 6v6 friendly fire on servers, and that's about it. I would like to believe they are hoping people rent stopwatch servers and turn friendly fire on. Ranked was pretty enjoyable in Season 2, to be honest, when the queues were only solo and duel and only party of 5s. The problem, of course, was that they put 5s versus other 5s, so there was the separate queue, but they would never find a match. And people used this for the advantage to boost ranked. Then in Season 3, they introduced the party of 3s and 4s, and that screwed up matchmaking more. I feel like if they did something else, like allowed parties versus parties and then kept a solo only queue, then it would have been much better matchmaking wise. One of the biggest problems with ranked was the amount of rank points you got for a win or loss. I suggested a year ago that they should increase base ranked points from 50 for win, 10 for loss to double that amount, but instead they released the 50% ranked boosters. I say this because I've really played a lot during the triple ranked points Fortnite event, and felt no need to activate my ranked booster because the base rate of ranked is not even worth it. Overall, I disagree with this decision of removing ranked, and they are focusing on people to participate in pugs, aka pickup games, if you want the true competitive experience with merc limits and merc bans. I just hope for now, ranked mode is just being put away. Maybe it will come back if the player base of Dirty Bomb ever increases and gets to the state where it would be good and work out. There are so many things they could have done to balance ranked, like merc limits or increasing cooldowns on abilities for only ranked, just to name a few things. Overall, I'm just taking this as a sign that maybe Dirty Bomb is going to make it after 1.0 release. And I don't even want that to happen because I haven't found a replacement game that gives me the joy of Dirty Bomb's movement and gunplay. So that is all I have to say about these ridiculous decisions that nobody wants. I just had to let it all out.